layers per line, still a fifth they miss. They quote One Piece, I got scripts in this. I don't argue with none, I just shift the list. By the time they catch one, I done flip the script. No appeal when I rule, it's a final call. You get hype off a spark, I ignite it all. They decode one scheme, find a cipher wall. By the end of the round, they can't cite it all. I don't rap, I redline, every sentence tune. You just read for the noise, I invent the room. I put torque in the bar, make the engine move. You get stuck in neutral, that's a rental groove. I don't reach for a punch, I compress the swing. You be stretching for hits, I connect the ring. I put rings on the count, that's a title run. You got rings in your talk, that's a dial tone. I don't chase no crown, I repossess the head. You got head in your lines, that's some extra said. I put heads on the board, like a ledger do. You get led by your board, that's a Reddit view. I don't post for a buzz, I produce the wave. You be spurfing for crumbs, I remove the wave. I put waves in a file, that's a master cut. You get wave from the file, that's a passed on cut. I don't cap when I line, I capitalize. You be capping your lines, I just cap your lies. I put caps in a line, make the sentence end. You put caps in your lines, that's pretend again. 4 layers per line, still a fifth they miss. They quote One Piece, I got scripts in this. I don't argue with none, I just shift the list. By the time they catch one, I done flip the script. No appeal when I rule, it's a final call. You get hype off a spark, I ignite it all. They decode one scheme, find a cipher wall. By the end of the round, they can't cite it all. I don't range with the shots, I define the field. You get range in your shots, that's a blind appeal. I put range in a scope, that's a sighted kill. You get range by the scope, that's a sighted build. I don't break down a square, I fact the truth. You be breaking down squares, that's an active move. I put squares in a chart, that's a plotted proof. You get boxed by the chart, that's a captured you. I don't key to the game, I locksmith fate. You got keys in the game, still get locked in place. I put keys in a scale, that's a tonal shift. You get keyed by the scale, that's a stolen pitch. I don't strike with a pen, I bold a frame. You get strikes in your pen, then you fold in shame. I put frame on a strike, that's a perfect 10. You get framed by a strike, that's a verdict pen. I don't time in a line, I sentence serve. You be lining up time, still don't get the nerve. I put time in a bar, that's a measured flow. You get time from a bar, that's a federal show. 4 layers per line, still a fifth they miss. They quote One Piece, I got scripts in this. I don't argue with none, I just shift the list. By the time they catch one, I done flip the script. No appeal when I rule, it's a final call. You get hype off a spark, I ignite it all. They decode one scheme, find a cipher wall. By the end of the round, they can't cite it all. I don't scale up a bar, I bought a scale. You get scaled by a bar, I prevail a tail. I put scale on a bar, that's a weighted claim. You get weighed by a bar, that's a faded name. I don't line up a shot, I line the aim. You get lined by a shot, I define the frame. I put aim in a line, that's a centered hit. You get lined by the aim, that's a censored spit. I don't build up a buzz, I wire the grid. You get buzzed from a wire, I inspire the lid. I put lid on a buzz, that's a quieted room. You get lit by a buzz, that's a fleeting boom. I don't drive in a pen, I get a shift. You get driven by trends, I engineer the lift. I put lift in a line, that's a takeoff bar. You get left by the line, that's a layoff scar. I don't cap off a verse, I crown the set. You get capped by a verse, still in debt. I put dead in a bar, that's a compound dude. You get dead in a bar, that's a ground round view.